All right, friends, Miss Plummer just wants to go over how we're going to paint today. So you want to have your picture colored with crayon first. Go in and fill all the objects that you drew, but the area in the background called the negative space is going to be left so that we can paint over it. If there's anywhere else that you would like the paint to show up, that's fine as well. You're going to choose one color. You're going to be getting one of these little cups with paint that I will provide to you. At your seat, I'm going to also give you a construction paper that's about this size. You're going to have that down first with your project on top of it, and then on the other side you're going to put that paint so that any of the drippings end up on the paper, not on your table. You are going to make sure that when I give you this, we're being very careful not to spill it. We're going to hold our paintbrush by the gripper and dip it in, and we want to be really gentle with our brushes because I've noticed that some of these brushes are starting to have a crazy hair day, I call them, where the bristles are going all over the place. That happens when you're pushing too hard on your brush. So you can get a little paint, pull it to the side if you want, very gently, and then I'm going to go right on top. Now usually, friends, if we want to, Miss Plummer gives you the option to add water as you're working, but because we don't have water at our seats right now, you are going to just go right on top with that paint. And what's happening here is because I pushed hard on the crayon, I'm creating what's called a resist with my paint. So anywhere that I apply paint that there is some of the oil from my crayon, that water is going to go glide right over it. If you paint something white, if you want to keep something white, you get a crayon and you go in with a white crayon and it's going to avoid any paint. So for example, my dress, I didn't want my wedding dress to be blue. So I am being careful still to paint around it, but I also painted it white so that when I went on top, if I accidentally went over the lines, it wouldn't be a big deal. So still try to go around your objects first and then paint outside them, but it's okay if you get a little bit on top. All right, so we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep painting these. Notice how I'm putting my brush in every few brush strokes so that the paint does not get dry. We do want to spread it. You don't want any puddles on your paper because it's going to cause your paper to wrinkle. So every once in a while I'm going in and making sure my brush doesn't get dry, and I'm dipping back into that paint, but I'm also pulling the paint so that there's no puddles on my paper. So now that I'm done, this is dry, I'm going to leave it right there, set my brush down, and Miss Plummer will come around and grab those things from you.